This is the 2019 Bay Sports Air Glide 473 video walkthrough. This is the latest in our 100% drop stitch inflatable kayak technologies, and this will guide you through some of the features and give you a close-up look at this fantastic new kayak. It is 4.73 meters long, 89 centimeters at its widest point, and 36 centimeters high. The kayak itself weighs just shy of 20 kilograms. The whole package, including seats and bag and everything, comes in at 24 kilograms. So starting at the front, you've got a carry handle and one located at the rear, around the back there. On the top we've got some PVC material. Underneath here is room for storage, such as a dry bag. About a 40 up to a max 60 litre would be ideal for your gear. And on top here you've got some nylon bungee cord, so you can attach another dry bag under here, which is weaved in between 6 stainless steel D-rings located on the top. At the front here you've got your actual wind and water deflector. So that is inbuilt, which is a great little feature on this kayak. It has been rolled up in the bag, that's why it's a bit bent, but it will, with heat, straighten out. The idea with this feature is for water, when it splashes up onto the deck, to hit this deflector and basically run and channel down the sides and back into the water, rather than going inside the boat. The fact that it's inbuilt in this model was decided because on the KX1 slider boats, this deflector is a separate piece, and many people have ordered replacements as they have disappeared or gotten lost. So having this inbuilt in the boat is fantastic, and does a good job. At the front you've got 3 different valves. Each of them inflate the side section, so this one being the side wall, the other side wall, and that's for the main floor. The great thing with this kayak is it can handle high pressures. This one ideally you pump up to about 9 or 10 psi, and that's what gives it the real rigidness. You can see squeezing as hard as I can, it's very rigid, and this one's pumped up to 9 psi just now. Each of the valves, just a small little H3 valve, very reliable, very high quality valve. So basically you pop the hose nozzle in here, twist and lock to lock it in place, and then you pump with the pump, which I'll show you separately, up until about 9 psi, or on a really hot day you might even want to just pump it to 8, max 9, as leaving it out in the sun, it'll expand and get some higher pressure in there. So 8 to 9 is our recommendation. And then to deflate, you can push this in. If you push down and turn it 90 degrees to the right, it locks in place in the open position, and that allows all the air to flow freely out of the boat. So when deflating, you do that to all 3 valves, and then basically folding the boat down on itself, and then rolling it up using your body weight to sit on it is probably the easiest way to deflate it. Okay, so moving down the boat. This boat is 100% drop stitch, so that means the polyester threads, you can see them, lots of the different joins. That basically each of these dimples is connecting from this side of the boat to the outer side of the boat, and these are the polyester threads that form the drop stitch material of the boat, and when inflated gives it its rigidity. So as you can see, this thing is super solid, and the benefit there is it holds its form even when you have waves hitting the side. And obviously if you want to stand up in it, it's stiff. It can support you so you can walk around on it. At the front, You've got D-rings here, another 2 stainless steel D-rings. That's for your footrest to go through. I've actually installed one on the back, but just wanted to show you these D-rings here, which are obviously multi-purpose, so you can clip on other items like your dry bag if you want to ensure it's secure. Now, one of the best features of this particular drop stitch inflatable kayak is we have kitted it out with the best seats on the market. Why? First of all, kayaking is all about convenience and comfort, and so ensuring that you are comfortable and have good back support is key. If not, you'll probably get uncomfortable and come in sooner than you might otherwise stay out. So with this Bay Sports Air Glide boats, they come with these padded foam high back seats. So nice, good 2-inch thickness there. The seats have about another 1.5 inches of foam padding underneath for you to sit on. But we've also added on an extra booster seat. So this is about 10 centimeters of extra padding. So it brings the seat to be quite raised off the floor of the kayak, which does 2 things. It raises you up higher, which releases pressure on your lower back and your legs, joints. Secondly, it also raises you up a bit higher so that when you're paddling, you're not going to be hitting the side rails of the boat as much. So a higher raised position, more comfort and more padding makes for a much more enjoyable paddling experience. They're connected to the D-rings located here. These are brass clips. The beauty of these is they're very strong, so they can support a hell of a lot of weight, and they're also corrosion resistant, so the boats can be used in salt water, and the clips aren't going to seize up like other metal ones may do. So you've got 2 straps from the top of the seat which go in front of the boat, and then you've got 2 lower clips which connect on, pulling the seat back into position. On the back of the seat we have storage. This storage here is great because out at water you might not want to have to reach into your dry bag up the front and open it all up, when you can have the person behind you pass you what's in here, or just turn around and reach in. Now there's quite a lot of storage in here. I mean, the size there, to give you an idea, you could fit probably a 3-litre milk carton in there. Not that you would, but you could fit in, a 1-litre water bottle or a 1.5 litre water bottle, sun cream, banana, a few bits and bobs and some sun cream. Okay, here we have the foot straps. These are just slide through the D-rings here, and they're adjustable. Basically it's to have your foot, I'll show you, put your feet on. So whilst out paddling, you've got some foot support. As you lean back and you're paddling through the water, this just really helps give you support for your core, and these are obviously adjustable. So people from under 5 foot up to 6 foot 6, 6 foot 7 can still quite comfortably adjust the foot straps and have ample leg room. Now on the sides, this is one big improvement over the KX1 design, is having inbuilt carry handles. So there's 2 of them, one on either side, and these are great for the fact that this kayak is a tandem kayak, but often people ask, can I use it as a single paddler? And the answer is absolutely. So having the adjustable seating positions means you can slide a seat back into the center of the boat, and you can basically be positioned sitting in the middle of the boat, and when you want to carry the boat from the water back to the car or back to your house, for example, it's much easier to be able to grab onto these carry handles with one hand, and with your other hand carry it over your head upside down. It just makes it much easier. At the rear, we've got the second seat position back here. You'll note there's ample leg room. So I'm 6'2", and you just saw me seated in this seat here with the footrests here. So you can see, you know, it's quite ample room. You're not going to feel squish. You'll actually feel quite spacious in this. Now just moving to the rear, fold that down. This is our clever drainage system. So running down this end sides of the boat, we've got these channels, and these basically channel the water from up the front all the way down, and these run to fill with water here, but also up the back. If you can see in here, this goes down. So water channels in the actual kayak and can be stored in here so that it's not splashing about inside and on top of the floor. And this enables water splashing in the boat to be stored out of the way. And when you're back at land and wish to drain it, you can see this one's already open. It's just a simple twist anti-clockwise, and then you just put this cap, fold it back and tuck it under there, and this holds the caps in position so that the water can drain out without the caps covering them. You simply walk to the front of the boat, lift, and all the water will run down the side channels and run into the drainage area. And you might not be able to see in the video, but this is ever so slightly has a gradient rolling down so that the water will run down and naturally find its way out. This rear section has another storage compartment, so you can put another 60, 80 litre dry bag in the back, as well as more bungee netting on the top. So you can put a, you know, your 60 or 80 litre dry bag up top and an esky underneath. With a 250 kilogram weight capacity on this boat, it can take 2 adults plus enough gear for an overnight camping trip or a couple of days. So quite fun for those seeking more than just a day tripping adventure. Okay, so this is the flat-bottomed V-shaped bow of the Airglide 473. So having a flat bottom is what gives it its stability. You can see it's got quite a flat bottom here. So basically as you start rocking, these counteract the rocking to bring you back to a stable base. And you can see the sides go down on about a 45, 50 degree angle. And then that's the side walls. We've got a hardened plastic nose, which is great for when paddling, and basically it slices and punches through the waves. So I'll show you from this angle. That really sharp V-bowed nose is basically what really assists entering the water, punching through the wave. Then you've got the nice clean lines running down to where you have, again, a nice clean exit and another hardened plastic stern end to the kayak. So it's a really nice design in the fact that it is very streamlined and its shape allows it to track very well. So it's got excellent tracking properties. Now to the Scag. So this is a great design because the Scag really assists with keeping the boat tracking in a straight line, but also the 9-inch Scag that comes with it is quite deep. So you can see that's the size of my hand versus the size of the fin, and that also helps act as a keel in the fact that it, as the boat's rocking, it sort of holds it stable in the water. A really cool design to keep it secure. Slides down this channel, just like that. And then this clever little holder with the teeth just goes in there. You just push it in, and just like that, your Scag is now secure. Allows them. So what I thought I'd do is, as we're an online water sports company and you want to get a feel and look for how rigid the technology is, I'm going to get on in the middle of this kayak, which is just sitting on top of 2 cardboard boxes, and demonstrate how stiff and rigid this drop stitch kayak is. And I'm 95 kilos. Included is 2 4-piece paddles. So these are small enough to pack up into the bag. They're basic paddles that come with it, but they do the job with a plastic blade. So a nice upgrade on these type of boats, well worth considering, is upgrading to the 2-piece full fiberglass paddles, which have no flex in the blades. So stronger blades, lighter, and no flex, meaning more paddle power with every stroke. That's your 9-inch Scag included. It's a double action hand pump. 3 sections, the 2 side walls and the floor. Each only take about 1.5 minutes to pump at a pretty steady pace. So the beauty is each only needs to go up to 8 or 9 psi, so it doesn't take very long or much effort to get there. You can purchase separately our Hercules electric air pump, which will inflate the boat automatically to the desired pressure and automatically switch off once it's reached. So if you don't fancy a bit of manual labour, then the Hercules air pump is what you want. And lastly, a little repair kit. So this orange repair kit comes with just some PVC material, just some patches should you ever need to do a repair, and this here is a valve repair kit.